Over the past 3 decades, tennis has undergone a seismic shift. The game's evolution is most apparent in how players approach their ground strokes, and comes an increased demand on the body. To meet these physical challenges, pro players rely on cutting-edge training techniques and a deep understanding of biomechanics. That's exactly what we'll dive into in this video. The modern tennis ground stroke is an intricate dance of mechanics, physics, and strategy. At its core lies the kinetic chain, the seamless transfer of energy from the legs and trunk to the arm and racket. This chain allows players to maximize power and efficiency while minimizing unnecessary stress on the body. Power starts in the lower body, where the legs generate the force needed to initiate movement, stabilize the body, and drive through the shot. The core and torso rotate to amplify this force, transferring energy upward. Finally, the arm acts as a conduit, channeling the energy from the trunk into the racket to create a high-speed strike. While the mechanics are universal, the execution is situation-dependent. Players must adapt their strokes based on court positioning, shot purpose, and opponent's location. Wide and deep balls often demand an open stance forehand, where the player uses their legs and hips to generate leverage and maintain balance. Tactical variations require players to adjust spin, force, and trajectory mid-shot to achieve specific outcomes, such as lobs or cross-court winners. As ground strokes have grown faster and more dynamic, so too have the physical demands of the game. High-speed strokes place immense strain on muscles, joints, and connective tissues. The repetitive nature of these movements can lead to overuse injuries if not properly managed. Tennis players must decelerate their movements immediately after striking the ball to reposition for the next shot. This requires not just strength, but also precise coordination and control. From sprinting to sidestepping, players must navigate the court in ways that test their agility, balance, and endurance. Strength and conditioning professionals face the dual challenge of enhancing performance while reducing the risk of injury. This requires a multifaceted approach that targets both the physical and technical aspects of the game. The key to unlocking pro-level power lies in sport-specific training, exercises designed to emulate the movements and demands of tennis. These exercises improve stroke efficiency by mimicking the coordination required for ground strokes, help players develop the strength and stability needed to decelerate safely after executing a stroke, and prepare players for the unpredictable nature of match play. What used to be a controlled shot from a closed stance has now evolved into a more dynamic, open stance stroke. This shift has made the ground stroke faster and more powerful, but it's also changed how players' bodies move. Instead of using their whole body at once, players now rely on a sequential coordination of movements, each part of the body playing its role in a specific order to generate power. This change has opened the door for more focused training. You can train each part of the stroke separately and still improve the overall quality of your ground strokes. One of the best ways to do this is by incorporating medicine ball and toning ball exercises into your routine. These tools allow you to mimic the motions of a tennis stroke while building strength, power, and control. Medicine ball throws, in particular, are fantastic for developing core strength and explosiveness. Your core plays a huge role in how much power you can generate on your shots, as it connects the power from your legs to your upper body and racket. When you remove the footwork and focus solely on the core, you can really zero in on building rotational power. Medicine ball throws are a simple yet effective way to make this happen. You can increase the weight of the ball or throw it with more force to level up the intensity of your workout. By taking footwork out of the equation during these drills, you're able to train without tiring out your legs as much. This lets you focus purely on generating power and refining your movement. When you're not worrying about agility or repositioning, you can give your full attention to proper form and really feel how your body should move. This approach not only helps you hit stronger shots, but also ensures that you're using the right muscles in the right way, reducing the risk of bad habits that could lead to injury. Toning balls, which are lighter than medicine balls, are another great tool for tennis players. These allow for quicker, more controlled movements, helping you improve the speed and precision of your strokes. Because they're lighter, you can work on dynamic, rapid-fire drills that build the fast twitch muscles needed for explosive plays on the court. The combination of power from medicine ball throws and the finesse developed through toning ball exercises is perfect for players looking to take their game to the next level. Research has shown that training with medicine balls and toning balls has a big impact on how effectively players can generate power in their strokes. These exercises replicate the movement patterns of a tennis stroke, which makes them incredibly useful for improving performance. The more you practice these throws, the more natural and efficient your ground strokes will feel. You're training your body to move in the same way it does during a match. So when you step on the court, everything clicks. Beyond adding power to your shots, these workouts also help with recovery after each stroke. In tennis, it's not just about hitting the ball hard, it's about getting ready for the next shot just as quickly. Medicine ball throws teach you to control your body after explosive movements, which is key to recovering well and staying balanced during a match. It's not just about how hard you hit, but how quickly you can get back into position. The tennis forehand is one of the most powerful and complex movements in the sport, requiring precise coordination between the lower body, trunk, and upper extremity. Vigorous axial rotation of the hips and upper trunk plays a crucial role in transferring energy from the legs to the racket, particularly in a square stance forehand. This sequential chain of movements relies heavily on strength, flexibility, and timing, making targeted training essential for any player looking to improve their performance. One of the most effective tools for developing the strength and coordination needed for a strong forehand is the resistance band. Resistance bands offer a versatile, low-impact way to train the specific muscles used during a stroke, from the forearm flexors to the trunk rotators. These bands allow players to mimic the movements of a forehand while building strength and stability in the key areas that contribute to racket speed and control. The benefits of resistance band workouts for tennis players go far beyond just improving strength. When you use a band to simulate the motion of a forehand, you engage the muscles involved in the kinetic chain. The rotational power generated by the hips and upper trunk is critical to a forehand's effectiveness, and resistance band exercises help train these motions. By working through the stretch and resistance of the band, players can improve the elasticity and responsiveness of their muscles. This takes advantage of what's known as the stretch shortening cycle, a natural process where muscles store energy during a stretch and release it explosively during a contraction. The result? Greater power and speed when hitting the ball. In preparation for the stroke, the upper trunk counter-rotates significantly, reaching up to 100 degrees in some cases. This movement creates a coiled position where the torso stores energy much like a spring. As the stroke begins, the hips initiate forward axial torque and the upper trunk rotates to follow, creating a lag in the upper extremity. This lag is where resistance bands truly shine. Training with a band can help players strengthen the muscles that control and stabilize this lag, particularly the shoulder horizontal adductors and internal rotators, which experience significant torque during the stroke. By building strength in these areas, players can improve both their power and control, reducing the risk of injury caused by the repeated high-stress motions of the forehand. Another often overlooked but critical component of a strong forehand is the grip and forearm strength. While the forearm flexors and grip muscles don't directly create rotation to accelerate the racket, they play a vital role in transferring energy from the body to the racket during the later stages of the stroke. Resistance band exercises can target these muscles effectively, improving a player's ability to maintain a strong, steady grip on the racket. This is especially important in modern tennis, where different grip styles and ball heights demand a high degree of adaptability from the player's wrist and forearm. The versatility of resistance bands makes them ideal for tennis-specific training. Unlike traditional weights or machines, bands allow for a full range of motion and can replicate the distance needed to strengthen key muscle groups. The bands also allow for progressive training, where the level of resistance can be gradually increased as strength improves. This adaptability ensures that players continue to challenge their muscles and develop the power needed for high-level performance. Using resistance bands also promotes better coordination and muscle memory. Because these workouts mimic the motions of a tennis stroke, they help players develop the timing and synchronization needed for a smooth and efficient kinetic chain. Each segment of the body, from the hips to the shoulders to the wrist, must work in harmony to maximize racket speed and accuracy. Resistance band exercises reinforce these patterns, helping players feel more connected and confident in their strokes. Another benefit of resistance band training is its role in injury prevention. Tennis places significant strain on the shoulders, elbows, and wrists, particularly during repetitive strokes like the forehand. Resistance bands provide a safe way to strengthen the stabilizing muscles around these joints, reducing the likelihood of overuse injuries. By improving joint stability and muscular endurance, players can maintain their performance over long matches and throughout the season. Grip strength is another area where resistance bands prove invaluable. A strong grip doesn't just help with holding the racket firmly, it also enhances the transfer of energy from the body to the ball. Players with a well-trained grip can generate more ball speed and spin, giving them greater control over their shots. Resistance band exercises targeting the forearm flexors and wrist extensors ensure that this crucial link in the kinetic chain is as strong and efficient as possible. Shadow swings are a powerful tool for tennis players looking to refine their strokes, build smoothness, and generate greater power. This simple yet highly effective exercise allows players to focus on the mechanics of their shots without the distraction of a moving ball. By practicing shadow swings, players can develop a deeper awareness of their body and its movements through each stroke, ensuring better form and efficiency over time. One of the most significant advantages of shadow swings is the ability to hone technique in a controlled, deliberate manner. When there's no ball involved, players aren't rushed or pressured to react quickly. This slower pace enables them to focus on every aspect of the motion, from their stance and grip to their follow-through. For players undergoing technique corrections, shadow swings are invaluable. Repeatedly practicing the correct form ingrains it into muscle memory, making it easier to replicate during actual play. By emphasizing proper motion, players can address flaws in their technique and build a more consistent foundation for their strokes. Mimicking specific shots, such as a backhand down the line or an inside-out forehand, is another key benefit of shadow swings. Players can visualize match scenarios and replicate the exact movements required for these shots. This type of practice not only improves stroke mechanics, but also enhances mental preparation. The ability to mentally and physically rehearse specific shots leads to better execution during matches, as players are more comfortable and confident in their abilities. A critical aspect of generating power in tennis strokes is the effective use of the kinetic chain. Shadow swings help players focus on the sequential movements that contribute to racket speed and shot strength. For both the forehand and backhand, trunk rotation, horizontal shoulder adduction, and internal shoulder rotation are the main kinetic chain motions that drive power. Shadow swings allow players to break down these movements, ensuring that each step flows smoothly into the next. By practicing the proper coordination of these motions, players can maximize the energy transfer from their legs and core to their racket, resulting in more powerful shots. Another benefit of shadow swings is the opportunity to improve body weight transfer and balance. Effective strokes require players to shift their weight smoothly from one foot to the other while maintaining stability. Shadow swings help players focus on this aspect of their game, ensuring they are properly aligned and balanced throughout the motion. Improved weight transfer not only adds power to the stroke, but also enhances accuracy and control, as the player's body is in an optimal position to direct the shot. Building smoothness in strokes is another key outcome of shadow swing practice. Without the need to rush or react to a ball, players can work on eliminating unnecessary tension and jerky movements from their strokes. Repeating the motion in a relaxed and controlled manner helps develop a fluid and effortless swing. This smoothness translates directly to match play, where efficient movement and clean mechanics are essential for maintaining consistency and reducing fatigue during long rallies. Shadow swings are also an excellent way to improve coordination and timing. By focusing on the sequence of movements required for each stroke, players can synchronize their body's actions more effectively. This synchronization is crucial for creating the whip-like motion that generates racket speed. Through regular shadow swing practice, players develop a better sense of timing, ensuring that all parts of their body work together harmoniously during a stroke. An additional advantage of shadow swings is the ability to practice anywhere, anytime. Whether on the court, at home, or even in a gym, players can perform shadow swings to reinforce their technique and build muscle memory. This flexibility makes it easy to incorporate shadow swings into a regular training routine, providing consistent opportunities for improvement. Finally, shadow swings are an excellent tool for injury prevention. By practicing strokes without the added impact of hitting a ball, players can reduce strain on their joints and muscles while still improving their technique. This low-impact exercise is particularly beneficial for players recovering from injuries or those looking to manage their workload during a demanding season. Alternating arm circles with a ball is a dynamic and effective exercise for tennis players seeking to generate more power in their strokes. This workout engages the entire upper body while mimicking the coordinated motions required during a forehand or backhand. By integrating a ball into the movement, players can simulate the demands of a tennis stroke, helping to develop strength, control, and endurance in key muscle groups. This exercise focuses on the main kinetic chain motions that drive racket speed, particularly trunk rotation, horizontal shoulder adduction, and internal shoulder rotation. These movements are critical for creating the explosive power needed for a strong forehand. Alternating arm circles also improve the coordination between the shoulders and core, ensuring that energy is transferred efficiently through the kinetic chain from the legs and trunk to the racket. For players utilizing a one-handed backhand, alternating arm circles with a ball provides targeted benefits. The exercise strengthens the wrist extensors, which are vital for stabilizing the racket during a backhand stroke. This is especially important because one-handed backhands generate greater torques on the wrist compared to two-handed backhands, increasing the risk of overuse injuries like tennis elbow. Regularly incorporating this exercise helps build resilience in the wrist and forearm, reducing the likelihood of injury while improving stroke mechanics. The circular motion of the exercise enhances shoulder mobility and stability, which is essential for both forehand and backhand strokes. It also emphasizes the coordination of shoulder and forearm rotations, particularly beneficial for one-handed backhand players who rely less on trunk rotation and more on precise upper body control. Overall, alternating arm circles with a ball is a versatile and effective way to refine stroke power while promoting injury prevention and muscular balance.